I stopped eating at 5:30 yesterday, and I posted a video about my 22-hour fast. Okay, let me show you what I'm doing right now. I'm going incline. You've seen this route before, one of my favorite trails. And no one's here today. Of course, it's like 10:30 in the morning or so. In that 22-hour fasting video, I've done a few of those, but right now, I am well into 16 hours of fasting. It's about 10:30 right now, right? 5:30 in the morning today. I stopped eating at 5:30 last night. 12. That's 12 hours. 5:30. You add 5 more hours. It's 10:30 now, right? So technically, I am now 17 hours fasted. And I'll tell you this. I saw my stomach in the mirror. I didn't take any pictures this morning, but it's just looking leaner and leaner and leaner. And I want to keep that. Okay? This little burst of incline I just did is such a rush. It's called low key. This is high intensity hit. Low key though, low steady state cardio. And a lot of times these walks, you determine the intensity of these walks, and which complement your fasting and also will lead to more caloric burn. I feel great. If you ask me, aren't you hungry? No, I'm not really hungry, but just right this second after doing that climb, I am beginning to feel a little rumbling now. It's coming there. I've already had 6 cups of water. As you know, you've seen my video. If you haven't, I've done some videos about drinking plenty of water. For me specifically, it's a gallon of water, and I exceed that most days. But most days I'm within that gallon. So I don't feel weak. I feel energized. Growth hormone is spiking. My blood is flowing. I'm alive. I'm in nature. Okay. I feel all kinds of healing going on. No, it's not psychological. Although the benefit of doing this walking, doing a fasted walking, there's definitely euphoria. There's a mental elevation, elation, release, right? It's the endorphins. Your body is just vibing basically, right? So when you are experiencing all of these biological benefits, right, of fasted walking, you want to ride that wave for as long as you can. You're going to reach a point where your body is going to actually need the food, right? So don't get me wrong. I mean, you cannot have all this if you don't eat, right? I have reasonable muscle mass. I'm only 155 pounds, but mostly I'm muscle, like lean muscle tissue. I'm not taking any TRT, testosterone replacement therapy. Although a lot of people start, there's some men that start when they hit 42, 43, 44. Some start at 40. I have done none of that. And it's not a bad thing. It's just because I don't need it. My testosterone numbers naturally are very, very high. The last couple of years, it's been over 1,100, that reading. Last year it was like 1,300. And my physical, all my lab work is fine. And I can't take it for granted, but I'm telling you, I don't need testosterone. So if it was low, then sure, I would have considered it. And I think that's what's this lifestyle is contributing to all of those good things. And I don't take any of this for granted. By the time I get home from now, right, I've already built. So once I get back, I have to walk a mile or so back to where I parked. But once I get back to my car, I get in the car, right? You just feel this amazing feeling that's freeing your soul, and you're building this great relationship with yourself. Everything that I've absorbed here, I take back home. It's a lot of peace, a lot of quiet. The temperature right now is in the the upper 70s. It's gonna get pretty hot soon, so I'm trying to beat the heat. As soon as I saw a little bit of an overcast for the next few hours, I said, you know what? this is it. Let me go out, get my content, batch record, be productive, and dodge the heat, because I get burned. When I get burned, I look really dark. Right now, I love my tan. I've got to protect my tan, if you know what I mean. For those who don't know, I like to keep reiterating this, is that I'm 49 years old. So 49 young years, right? And I wasn't always like this. Life changed for me dramatically, drastically, magically, in every shape, form, facet, right? I went from an alcoholic, a toxic life, right, in terms of that, to this life, to not having a plan on my nutrition, to now being a carnivore guy. 70-80% of my diet is carnivore. So I mostly eat meat, light vegetables, good fats. The only processed foods I have, I would say, is the Quest protein bar, which is still pretty good because that essentially has got stevia, not much sugar, but I can live with that. I can live with that. Each bar, I believe, has about 21 grams of protein, or 20 grams of protein, something like that. And it's about 180, 190 calories, so it's not that bad. But if you were to compare that to like a Snickers bar, Crunchy, or Kit Kat, right? There's a big contrast in terms of the offering on the protein versus the sugar. So that's another thing I talk about, is the sugar cravings. This makes you fasting and walking. You probably will not crave much sugar. Most likely, you wanna, when you do this work, you would not want to negate your fast, because it takes a lot of work to do this every day in, day out. And yes, it's a very spiritual journey, and for some it's very easy, right? This is like this now has become part of my life. This is the default: walking, talking, fasting, on dial, on repeat. There's people cleaning over there, a lot of noise. I'm gonna flip back. I mean, look at this. This is so cool. I'm doing YouTube in Vegas. I have a YouTube channel that I'm trying to get off the ground. Here I am. This is crazy. This is never in my wildest dreams I thought I would be here in this position. Even this gimbal here, Hoham gimbal. I was so paralyzed on trying to figure out how to use this. It's got so many other features here that I don't even need. But I'm using the bare minimum. I've figured out enough. I even know how to do the tracking AI sensor thing. I don't even need that. I'm walking half the time, over half the time. So by the time I'm done, I'm going to be well into 19 hours fasting. Maybe I take this up to 20. The magic happens is at the tail end of your fast. A lot of that amps up. When I say the magic, is that when you can take a brisk walk at the end of your fast, before you break the fast, that's your cheat code to prolong that fast, if you know what I mean. Because once you get into the 16-hour window, that's where things start shifting a little bit, especially for people. This is not even age related, especially for people who are greatly overweight, trying to drop like 20, 30 pounds, and you have no way out. And you now are probably stuck with a coach who's telling you that what you should be doing is eating 5 or 6 meals a day. I'm a humblest of humble opinion. No, you're not going to do that. I would disagree, because, again, my bragging rights are the fact that I'm 49. I've seen a few things. I've done a lot with my body. I've seen a lot change with my body. So I followed all those advice, all those gurus. 6 meals a day. Wake up, breakfast. No. What essentially you're trying to do is control your insulin. That's what you're trying to do. Is control your fasting and walking. Both are dangerously good. Like, I say dangerously, meaning like it's like steroids on 2.0. You are going to manage your insulin. You are going to, for those who don't know, insulin is a hormone. It's a fat storage, but also it helps you burn fat, right? So if you can manage that, If you can manage the spike, this is how you do it. So I urge you that towards the tail end of your fast, you try to walk 15 minutes and then come back. Drink a glass of water, or keep sipping your water. Get some, carry your water with you. When you get home or during that walk, keep walking for as long as you can. 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, right? Most people it's 10, 9, 15-minute walks. 9 to 15-minute walks is what I mean. Just do one more session and see how you feel. Now that's the kind of dialogue you're having. Like it's like going to a car dealership or buying an expensive item, something that's unique, it's your first purchase. You're building a relationship with the sales guy. You're negotiating the price, right? You're negotiating the terms. Banking, finance, right? You're negotiating the contract every step of the way until you sign it. In the same way, you're negotiating with your body and your spirit as you're guiding your body through the entire process of fasting. I do want to reiterate that some people see this as like an easy cheat code that you can now, because you have put in so much work, the exaggeration, like I've done 16 hours. Yeah, you haven't really done a whole lot now, because what's going to dictate is what you put in your body. Ta-da, right? Sounds simple enough, huh? When explained this way. But that's where a lot of people blow it. And I did. When I started this fasting journey, I used to think that because 16 hours is such a big deal, it's really not, because you're sleeping for most of it. Think about it, if you're sleeping 8, 9 hours, 7, 8, 9, that's like you're sleeping. When you wake up in the morning, you're getting ready for work, you're rushing. That's why a lot of people, if you look at it, don't have time for breakfast, which is a good thing because you get a lot done. Use that opportunity to fast. Don't think about food. Think about how productive you're going to be. Think about all the things you get done. Honestly, when I have food in my system, I can't do a lot of work. Maybe I'll snack lightly, right? I have my morning routine drink, lime, lemon, sticks, super green powder, 1 scoop with water, and I sip that within the hour. Find your super drink. But the thing is that just remember that this is not a cheat code to success by any means. It doesn't mean you're going to have a 4-pack, 6-pack. It doesn't mean you're going to lose like 5, 6 inches around the waist. But, if done correctly, the way I'm asking you and telling you and advising you is because this is how I do it. And and it's still not perfect. I don't have it completely dialed in. But every day is an adventure at this age because my joints don't hurt. I have some nicks and tucks through training, martial arts, dance, a lot of beating up my joints, right, over the years. But I don't really have a whole lot of pain. If anything, it's wear and tear through lifting and ego lifting back in the day. And fairly recently, I was trying to ego lift again. It's not necessary. Training smarter and finding the beauty in training smarter and finding the superpowers, like Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant, as they got older, they developed the step back jumper, the fadeaway jumper. And, why is it that they won more championships in that run? Or at least they still continue to win at a high level, is because they adopted, right? Athletically, I know, a lot of the tools and muscle memory, I have it. I took gymnastics for 2 years to complement capoeira, a Brazil martial art. So I've delved into many different ways to contour my body, the stretching, which I'm going to finally start getting into. And I'm kind of in a very unique position that I'm in as a Gen Xer, a man at this age, that I'm able to move and do things like a 25-year-old. A lot of this has to do with this lifestyle. It's a testament to this lifestyle. And so if you're wondering who I am, this is who I am. I'm an older man. I have a background in martial arts, dance, gymnastics, capoeira, taekwondo, right? Specifically those martial arts. And then I'm an R&B musician, pop musician. I was in the Bay Area for quite some time, and I had a little bit of a following, and I decided to start this YouTube channel is because a lot of my time was spent documenting how I prepare for shoots. There was something fascinating about taking someone from that through that process, and a lot of people started expressing their interest in my life. Damn, you look cool. Damn, I want to do that. Damn, I want to be on video. Damn, I want to be in your music video. I want to do that fight scene. I want to move like that. But nobody was doing the work, including the production, including the hiring, the paying. I lost a lot of money in that life too. But I'm at a good place right now where I think it's going to come back to pay me, because here I am sharing all of those gifts with you all. The intermittent fasting way of life. Your fasting is spiritual. You fasting from food, I think, is necessary. We in America are so like go, 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 go. Grab it, grab and go, grab and go. Convenient food, go, 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 go. I get it. We don't pay enough attention to our sleep, which is going to spike up your cravings for junk food and sugar. Easy. Easy money right there. And a lot of what I'm sharing is really being good to yourself, self-care. Because you're going to need it as you get older. And it's going to prolong, enhance your life. That's what a lot of people take for granted, is they think they have more time. We don't. But how you get back more time and enjoy those later years is through these habits. And dial each of them in, especially when you start getting older. Things start breaking down. And it's not because of one day you just woke up. No, it's the compounding effect over time. Things have happened over time. You've just neglected your body. Your body is your temple. Your body is the vehicle. It's going to take you from point A to point B. And I don't care if anyone's making fun of you because you're making progress and now you're a lone wolf and you're not part of the cool crowd because you're going to bed early, or you're ditching the alcohol, or you're cutting it down, or your social circle has changed. Or you have to remove yourself from, from a lot of people, including family and friends. That's okay. That's okay. Most of this life, you're going to have to answer to yourself. Do things alone. Figure it out alone. I don't really have a support system because I am my support system. If I lean on others, I already know the answer. I may be trying to get an affirmation, encouragement, but even then I don't need it. And this is how you become dangerous. I talk about solitude. I talk about that philosophy, slow living, being to yourself, because people are taxing. Food can be taxing, but these walks are not. These walks are liberating. I don't want to beat this topic up too much. I'm going to jump to the next video, but hopefully you enjoyed this. I'm still fasting, probably well into my 19th hour of fasting here. I feel great. I can continue walking another mile or two here. Okay? Thank you, God, for this beautiful moment here. Till the next one, Mamba out.